I bought my first house at 25, and almost everyone around me told me that it was a terrible idea. They said I was too young, that the market was going to crash, it was too risky. But what I learned during that 2.5 years of owning that property completely changed the way that I thought about money and real estate. And the truth is, buying a house really isn't as complicated as most people will tell you that it is. Most people just never see the map. So let me show you what the process actually looks like. When people talk about buying a house, they throw around a lot of fear and also words that are just jargon to the housing industry, like escrow, appraisal, buying points, debt to income ratio. And if you're in your 20s, it can feel like the whole process is made for somebody. But it's like most things in life. When you haven't gone through it before, it can be a bit intimidating. Once you understand the steps, it's a pretty simple process. So let's talk about that map and the 5 things that you need. There are really 5 steps when it comes to buying a house. The first one is nailing down your budget and credit. This is where you look at your income, your monthly debts, your credit score to understand what you can comfortably afford. So notice here I said what you can comfortably afford, not what your lender or the bank tells you you can qualify for. It's what actually fits into your life, both now and into the future. So once you have a picture of what you're comfortable with, step 2 is getting pre-approved. This is actually doing the work of submitting a loan application, having your credit ran, looking at all your income and asset documentation. Sellers want to know when you put an offer in that you're actually able to get a loan. And that's what the pre-approval process does. Once you're pre-approved, step 3 is finding the house. So this is the fun part where you're working with your real estate agent, you're checking out different properties. This is also where a lot of clients or people will get emotional. In my opinion, what you're comfortable with monthly should be your anchoring point. Just because you can qualify for something, that's higher priced, higher monthly payment, does not always mean it's the best call. That's really why step 1 is so important, finding out what's comfortable. Step 4 is getting your contract accepted and then going through the underwriting process and getting your loan approved. This is what a lot of people will get nervous about and where a ton of the horror stories come into play. But if you're working with a lender or a mortgage broker like myself and they've done their due diligence, this part is really just verifying what you've already provided. There shouldn't be any surprises or anything that comes up if your loan officer or mortgage broker has done their job. So the end of loan approval is getting the clear to close, which means loan approval is there. And step 5 is closing. This is where you physically go. Well, nowadays you can do virtual closings, but you go to the title company, sign everything. Title records your name on the deed of trust with the county. You get the keys and the house is officially yours. So when I bought my house at 25, I did not have the best experience. Mostly, I just didn't have anyone there uh, guiding me through the process. So I didn't know what to expect. And in fact, that experience is what inadvertently led me to get into the mortgage industry. But that experience I had could have been completely avoided if I just understood the process and had a team that was willing to work hand in hand with me. If you're in your 20s and thinking about buying a house, my biggest piece of advice is that you don't have to have everything figured out right now. You just need to understand the process and have a team that's going to work with you, explain things, and give you the options. Buying a house in your 20s is not for everybody, but it's not as out of reach as many would lead you to believe. If you're ready to learn more information or you have questions or you're ready to get started, reach out to me. I'm here in Denton, Texas, and I'd love to help you out.